Don't respect the lady.
Don't do that, no. Don't do that, no.
Don't do me.
Don't do me. Don't do me.
Oh, please do me. Say no.
Can't.
Where did this group come from? Damn, JB, you still in this group?
What group?
I saw the Northside ATL. We made that group and ain't doing shit with that group.
Are you guys talking about fantasy football?
No, Facebook groups.
Facebook group.
We were about to start promoting different events, and so I made a group for people that lived on this side of town. And I was about to share the page, the show from JB's phone.
Yeah.
But I saw one of the groups like, damn, nigga, you still got this group up. That's crazy.
Look at us go.
I look good.
Somebody ready.
I'm talking about
Focus.
He's like this.
Focus.
He's like this. And go.
So everybody press the little button so that your light is green.
My light is green already.
Okay, then you're ready to go.
Testing.
Yes.
Testing.
We're not recording quite yet. We're going to share this to all the groups first.
Indeed.
You better tell him I'm here.
But they added me to single and searching 30 plus in ATL. Why? Who added me to this group? I'm not single. Well, I am single. I'm not searching. I just got my eyes open.
What is wrong? Here we go. You guys are a piece of work, man.
Somebody added me to that group.
And, so what is it? Single and looking around and shit?
Single and my eyes is open.
I'm single and my eyes open.
No, make sure you say your eyes. Eyes.
That's what I said. What I
Want
said?
nobody to have any misconception as to what you just said.
Oh, what did it sound like I said?
Single and my ass is open.
Oh,
That.
cut her mic off, JB. Just cut her mic off and delete her out the video. I'm not putting
Pause.
I'm not putting over this shit today.
Pause. What the hell?
That was,
I'm sure somebody thought that.
Nobody
Because
thought
I
that.
thought I did on this side, and I said, that couldn't be my boy new.
Nah,
He would never do that. He wouldn't say that.
Yeah,
I got Carly. You want to laugh right now? I thought you was cool.
I am.
I ain't sure about you. I got
Don't do
questions
it.
now.
Don't do me.
Stop
What the
saying
hell?
that.
I got it from New at the Christmas party. That's where I learned it, and I haven't said it. I say it every day. I haven't lost it at all.
Wow.
Niggas leave a lasting impression. That's that old happening. Yeah.
What's going on?
All right, JB, you ready to get started?
I am ready.
All right. Are we live?
We are now.
Kick back, guys! Happy New Year!
Yeah. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year!
Fuck, we took a break and now I'm remembering how loud that shit is when he does that.
Pretty loud, guys.
Hey man, I keep it loud, like like that good sativa. Let me tell y'all something. Let's get this out the way. It is 2020 vision, and I see shit clear. I can see through your jive ass like glass, nigga. Anybody know what that movie's from?
Of course I know what
Well,
movie that's from.
I apologize for asking you that.
like,
'Cause I know you know. Carly, you know?
Listen. It was from an epic classic, right?
Yeah, urban classic.
Well said.
Right?
Nah, good job bullshitting there.
Burger said he can't hear us, but if somebody else said Happy New Year, so obviously they can hear us.
So he needs to
Can they tell?
enable the sound. No, he just needs to flick the switch on the back of his phone.
Can y'all hear us?
Flip the switch.
To enable the sound.
I can type it.
Yeah. How about that? How about that?
I got stuck at 95 for a second there. I was on my DOS Apple situation.
Right.
What up, Warren? Happy New Year to you too, bro.
Indeed.
So welcome to a pod named Kickback, also known as the Black CNN, and the revolution will be televised. I'm No Breaks New. the righteous ratchet. If you throw it, I'll catch it. If you got it, I'll match it. Every Monday. We right back at it. I am the Black Savage.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Happy New Year. It's JB Frank. As you know, I am that gangster geek representing NWA. Nerds with Attitude. Happy Monday, everybody.
And we got a special guest on the sofa this week. Our first show of 2020. I don't know how she pulled this off, because she was our last show of 2019.
Hey.
We got Cocktails with Carly in her motherfucking building. But introduce yourself.
I'm Cocktails with Carly in the mother building. Right?
Did you mute yourself?
I didn't mute that. Okay? Because we want to keep it all the way live and cute. But I cocktail, I have conversation, and I'm Carly. Check me out on Instagram, Cocktails with Carly _.
Yeah, fellas, check her out on Instagram.
Don't.
Hey.
I am Brains with Beauty.
But okay, moving on. So this is our first show of 2020. I want to send a big shout out to our Patreons, people that have gone on to patreon.com/APodNameKickback and have put up financial offerings to support the show, to help us with our live show, to help us get different equipment in, to help us pay for Carly, all her makeup and outfits that we got to do to get on the show. Thank you guys for subscribing. No, dead ass, let me stop being funny. Dead ass. Like, it's a podcast. And there's not much money generated. So when you guys sign up and say, I'm going to give you $7 a month, $4 a month, $2 a month, $20 a month, whatever, it goes to making the show better.
Absolutely.
And I just want to say, real nigga shit, thank you. We're going to do extra shows every single month. Me and JB talked about it. We're going to give you guys extra content. You're going to do some gangster geek shit. I'm going to do some righteous ratchet shit. So we might get Carly on there doing some cocktails.
Hey.
We're working on that. So we will make sure it's worth it. And thank you for your support for the people that have already signed up. And for the people that are waiting to sign up or signing up Friday, still love you here. We got a lot to talk about. We've been gone for a week, and it feels like we've been gone for a year or a decade. We actually weren't here this whole decade. It's our first show of the decade.
Yeah.
We haven't seen you guys in 10 years.
This asshole.
Is that how that works, JB?
No, not at all. Not at all.
If our last show was last decade, that means we didn't see them since last decade, right, Carly?
Last year.
But it was last decade, and last year, and last month.
JB, you want to let everybody know when a decade starts.
A decade.
On the spot.
Are we in a new decade or not? Come on, Harvard.
We are definitely in a new decade right now, but that doesn't mean that 10 years have passed since the last time.
It's only been 2 weeks, guys.
Yeah.
It feels like 2 years.
A decade is just a quantity of 10 years mashed together. That's all it means.
Just 10 toes down. That's all.
That's
I told her to change my look. Y'all tell her I shaved my beard. My clean cut look these days.
He has his new decade look, guys.
I have my new decade look.
Because he looked different last decade.
I do. That was 10 years ago. I should look different after 10 years.
Lord. Well,
right?
Yeah, after 10 years, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going to age backwards. I'm sorry.
I am on my Benjamin Button because when I shave the beard down. But you know what's funny? I shave the beard down and everything, and my gray hairs stick out more. I was like, what the fuck?
Let me see. You should shave it off.
They're like here.
Who want new to shave off his beard and his
Some
mustache?
girls had said that women, I can't do the dick face. I can't do the dick face.
The what face?
Dick face with no hair on it. I can't do the dick face. Like, no. I can't.
Why? Why do you do this?
What I do?
Nothing.
Okay. So, well, let's start the show.
How about that?
All right. So, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everybody out there. I didn't make any crazy resolutions. I just vowed to keep on the path that I was on. I told the story a billion times. I'll tell it as quickly as possible this time because you've all heard it a dozen times. January last year, I thought it was my year. Everything was going great. I had made the most money I ever made in 2018. 2019 was going to be the shit. I broke my ankle 2-3 weeks into the year, and everything, I was laid up in the bed with my ankle up and fucked up for the rest of the year, and everything just, So I don't have any broad resolutions, but I'm going to continue what I started, and the first step in that is entrepreneurship. So I will have my own agency this year before the summer.
Yes.
And the podcast is now generating income.
Yes.
And
ready for that check.
And I'm getting in the street. I did like 3 push-ups yesterday. I'm like
maybe 2.
Okay, well 2.5. So I'm feeling really strong.
In that one arm, but it's okay.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, this arm already strong because I jerk off with it. So
but
this
I
arm
just
is already
that? Okay.
that's a jerk off arm. That needs to go together. Let me go together now. So my 2.5 push-ups
for a show today.
All right. Hey man, JB, I'm trying to bring this back, JB. We never win in Ghana.
Hey, shout out to Ghana.
Shout out to Ghana for real. We'll talk about that a little bit more later for sure.
Facts. How about your New Year? Well, let me say this. My New Year was great. I do have something I want to discuss, but I want to get to your New Year first.
Okay, that's a bet. New Year was awesome. In terms of resolutions, I kind of look at the end of the last year first when I think about resolutions, because I'm like, why the fuck am I going to wait until some arbitrary day, January 1st, to start doing what the fuck I need to do? Yep. So the moment I start thinking about resolutions, I start acting on them. Resolution number 1, be more thorough and more productive and more solid at work. So over the holiday week, despite the fact that it was a holiday, and I'm talking about Christmas, I still put in close to 50 some hours at work, just pulling shit together. And when you're a manager, when you're a leader of people, like, you have to work twice as hard as everybody else. You have to work twice as hard as everybody else does. And I know that in order to be a truly effective leader, I need to ramp that up even more. So I started that. In addition, I need to get in better shape. I'm getting fat. So I don't like working out in gyms and shit. I like getting out. Where in here. I hide it really well. I hide it extremely well. I stand up straight and tuck my gut in and all that shit.
Let me try that shit.
Me too.
Yeah. I feel like Akeem on Coming to America.
Right?
That's how you can be here.
Right. So that Akeem pose that you just hit, I do that shit all the time. Okay. I do it so often it looks normal on me. People don't. Yeah, exactly. People don't know that I'm rocking the Akeem pose because. Yeah, anyway, so losing weight is another thing, and again, that's something that I started last year. Again, I don't like working out in gyms and shit. I like to be outside, as you know, New. So I got out to the park, started walking, running with my dog, playing disc golf, doing the things that I know will make me healthier. I started that last year, and it continues forward this year, and I'm just keeping moving. You know, that's what this year is going to be about for me. Keeping it moving. Don't stop. Never stop. Keep going.
Don't stop. Get it.
No, it's more like, don't stop. Believe.
What the fuck?
That's interesting because it goes both ways. Like, well, not both ways, but it goes.
Which way?
Like you can be like no. Like you can be like no.
There we go.
No.
What did we just talk about?
You can be like no. Don't stop.
Believe it.
Believe it. I was saying, be clear in your intentions, everyone.
Right.
Carly, how was your New Year? And do you have a resolution?
So I'll start with my New Year. So my New Year was very much kind of like JB's. Like I didn't get started with my like New Year's resolution. Like I'm gonna be this amazing person come January, 1st at 12:00. I started like I want to say Q3 is when I actually started of 19, and just wanting to live a healthier lifestyle. I am plant-based, so I don't eat animals or any byproduct. Just being more intentional.
How your poop smell?
Like florist. Not flowers. Florist. So, I mean, how does it smell of, never mind. So, I mean, I eat a lot of vegetables. So, anyway, just starting off a healthier lifestyle, a healthier way of living more intentional and in purpose. Not doing purposeless or, purposeless things. My biggest thing was I wanted to clear the circle of people that were dead ass connections to me.
Ooh.
So that was big for me to like move certain people out of my space that were leeches or trying to utilize my resources and social circles, to their, self-gain. Now, I'm a people connector all day, but I want to make sure that I'm connecting the people that are close to me with other good people that have good intention. So, a lot of self-reflecting, actually. So, and I encourage this with everybody else. I'm not all super deep. I'm not a tree hugger, although I love the, nature. But I just feel like, you have to start making movement with yourself. So, a lot more giving back this year. Okay. I think that we should all collectively do.
That is big on our list. I've been donating to the, I don't even have to go into that. But I've been actively doing things for the last 4 or 5 years.
Oh, that's beautiful.
But I lost a link. One of my give back links, the end of last year. So I do have room for more, because it was probably one of my biggest chunks of giving back, whether it be time or money or effort.
I love it.
So to hold myself accountable, I'll say in front of everybody, I lost one of those links and I have not reestablished another one. So I owe it to find another one or to establish another one. So I'm with you.
Okay,
I owe.
So I love that. That's awesome, because I feel like we don't speak much about like giving back and actually actively giving back. And you don't have to record yourself giving back. You don't have to put it on social media. Just do what's right and lead with, and lean on. But I guess to kind of like a segue into what you were saying, maybe we can tell our your viewers.
Join
When in Paris, they do in Paris. So I'm just saying, is there a way where like maybe your viewers can give you that information, where they can send it to an email or something?
I tell you what, hit us up at A Pod Named Kickback on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Christian Mingle, Black Planet, MySpace, Mahente.com, Blacks Against Trump, and we're on all those sites. Just A Pod Named Kickback.
Is that for real? On Christian Mingle too?
Yeah.
That must have been your idea. No, seriously. That was serious. That was for real.
There was no Christian Mingle page.
We've been saying that shit for what? Come on, man. 7 years, 8 years,
yeah.
Some shit. But I will say this: if you have an interesting way for us to get back, or know of a way, doesn't have to be interesting, I guess, but just know of a way that you want to suggest to us, hit us up on any platform. A Pod Named Kickback, at A Pod Named Kickback. I'm usually checking it 24/7. You'll get me within an hour or two. Just shoot us the information.
Or even Instagram.
On Instagram, yeah, just shoot.
DM. He like it.
It goes down in the DM. Yeah, I do. But hold up now. Wait a minute. Usually in my DM.
Wait a minute.
It'll be some some videos with some toys and so let's move on. Let's leave that. Let's just that. So I want to talk about a country that we have been number one in. Unfortunately, it's not the United States. We reached as high as 13, and we've been currently on the charts the last week or two and didn't have an episode. So I want to thank everybody in the U.S. for putting us on the charts. It's your episode, by the way. When we get together, we were charting with, our episodes normally chart for a week or so. We've been charting the last 2 to 3 weeks on the episode we did.
It was so awesome.
I
woke up the next day feeling like, wow. When I left, I was like, you guys are just... I had a good time, you guys. I mean,
most women leave here thinking that.
No, wait.
I'm just saying.
Clear here.
Most women leave
here.
Yeah, great time.
I had this couch the whole time.
That was a great ride.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, but I do them on the couch too. But
so this couch is not safe. For anyone.
It's safe.
But I love the fact
dangerous.
that you have an audience. Like, I think that's epic that people come and support, the cause. So it's lit. I loved it. That's why I wanted to come on back.
That's what's up.
Yay.
That's what's up. And we definitely enjoy having you.
Thank
you. You got good energy, Carly.
You really do.
You pissed off one of our viewers. They inboxed me. It was like, oh my God, Carly acting like that. But you know what I like about it? She watched it. She cared enough to vent. She cared enough to
I wish we knew her name.
To know your name. We do know her name. I don't want to see it.
Okay.
I'll tell you.
Okay. Well, Miss Lady.
Yeah,
Miss Lady.
Yeah, Miss Lady.
What was she upset about?
she felt that you were being a little goody when it came to sex, and like everybody doesn't have sex once they're in a relationship. Some people do it, before.
That's okay. I wanna. Can I double dutch in and?
Yeah.
Miss.
But she was not for real mad
no.
at you.
Miss,
she
like,
was
let me
talking
just
shit mad at you.
Okay, so
I
am
Probably
not.
making me hot.
No.
I warned you about that shit. I told you.
You gonna wear that jacket the whole time?
Well, he was like, do I rock the jacket? And I was like, it depends
It's
on
nice.
the temperature.
You got the wiggle.
I got the what?
Wow, the 80s reference. Yo, that might be the first time in like 20 years somebody has referenced.
There's a correlation here, you guys. I don't know if you guys can see.
With the records.
We got these classics over here.
Classics.
Just all in the hole, right?
You know what I gotta do? I gotta get one of my albums on vinyl and then put it up there.
Of course you do.
Because if you look over there, Carly, you see a couple of my CDs. Those are all my productions with JB.
You should put those up there.
Did some beats on there.
Those are your accolades. That's where you're getting all this ASCAP money from.
Yeah, ASCAP money.
Hey. Okay, let me. I just want to, be festive with you busted out with a whole costume on over here to match your vinyl. I mean, I don't think you guys can see like the worker. Like it's got a whole situation over here.
I'm sorry, that's gonna make me laugh every time. I'm gonna chuckle every single solitary time.
This gonna be a clip.
Right?
This gonna be on Instagram tomorrow.
Right? It's gonna be a meme, right? Just make sure y'all got a good
Oh my god.
Right? But I want to take it back to Miss Lady because I mean, look. So me personally, I think that I did probably come off as a goodie. I'm a good girl though. Like I follow the rules. I'm a goodie, and I think that certain things should be reserved for the bedroom. I do believe, that you can have, sex with people that you're not in a committed relationship with. My biggest thing is, I know as women, sometimes we can be emotionally attached to someone when we start having relations. And I've been there at some point, and it just doesn't feel good when you have one person that's saying, okay, or both people saying, oh, I don't want anything out of this. But then one person starts to catch feelings, or you guys play this whole, we're not in a relationship, but we're doing relationship stuff. And then the minute somebody decides, oh, come here, babe, or where you been? Then the other person gets on the defense. Like, we're just emotional beings. And nobody out there, I'll just say, there's probably a very small percentage of men and women that can literally play that emotional, we're in a relationship, and then cut it off cold card. I don't know anybody that can just, especially if you have all this amazing chemistry. So no, I get down and dirty, but I'm working on exposing a little bit of that. That's a lot. So, but just keep your feelings in check.
So see, she's addressing you like I say your name because I don't want you to.
And I love you, sis.
Yeah, of course.
I love you, sis. Come sit on this couch with us, sis. It's always love.
Yeah.
Lead with love.
That's
the message right now. Lead with love.
Absolutely.
Lead with love.
Even when we got some negative shit to say, we want to lead with love.
No, but that wasn't. That wasn't negative.
Oh no. And it wasn't negative on either side.
Yeah.
I'm
glad she inboxed you though.
Yeah, I wouldn't be a proponent of any of your sisters beefing about shit.
No, I love my sisters.
I'm not doing that.
Nah.
I fight you first.
Yeah,
you heard it. No.
But JB got my back.
I got this. I got JB.
I know how to handle that.
Thanks for letting me address my sis.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to address to all of our brothers and sisters that's in Ghana.
Yes. Segue.
So we had little harmony at the end.
I'm gonna find a motherfucker on a segue and insert that cut in.
She like Ricky Bell. I was like Ralph. You was like Johnny. They go Ricky Bell.
Like hello.
Which one you on Google? Michael Bivins and Michael Bivins. Poison. Ooh, never trust a big button and smile.
No.
Can we get back to this Ghana story?
Shout out to Ghana.
Yes.
Shout out to all of our Ghanaian
Ghanaian is the
brothers and sisters and everyone over in the continent of Akibulan, which you all call Africa. This is the welcome home ceremony. What was the official name, JB?
It was officially called the Year of the Return.
Year of the
2019
Return.
was the year of the return, and they had a huge festival at the end of the year
But apparently they do every year, but it was extended this year because of the year of the return.
Yes.
And this was based on 400 years since we were brought to the Virginia coast, West Virginia coast?
Virginia coast.
Virginia coast. The coast, and
Jamestown, Virginia.
Jamestown. Oh, JB Town.
Thank you for
Hey,
that. Thank you for reminding me yet again. I was named after one of the worst kings in English history. But anyway.
Hey, you got a whole Bible named after you.
Shut up.
we'll just say he was named after James Brown.
James Brown.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was 400 years, the 400 year anniversary, and they wanted us to feel welcome. If you've done Ancestry.com or any of those other sites, and you found you have Ghanaian background ancestry, you were allowed dual citizenship.
Correct.
You were able to go and party and participate in all the festivities, even if you don't have Ghanaian background. Just the fact that you were African American or from the diaspora, which means Jamaican, Bahamian, Barbadian, or Caribbean. If you were any of those, right?
Well, I mean, and it goes a little broader than that because the Ghanaian government actually passed a law, and it makes it super easy for people of African descent to enter the country of Ghana through customs. Basically, it's almost like you have an easy pass through customs if you're black, which is amazing because anyone else anyone of our persuasion who has traveled internationally knows that in any other country is the exact opposite.
Right.
Whenever I tried to enter a foreign country, there was always a detailed conversation waiting at the customs gate for me. Why are you coming here? What are you doing? Oh, you working? Where are you working? What are you doing?
They hit you with the car,
they hit you with all of that shit.
Huh? No,
The deep dive interview always, and it's never pleasant. Ghana doesn't do that. Number one. Number two, as New said, if you are able to prove Ghanaian descent through genealogy, whatever, they offer dual citizenship. So any
That
other
is
country,
beautiful.
you can become a citizen of Ghana and Africa. They had the celebrations at the Cape Coast Fort and another fort, the Cape Coast Fort. I've actually visited that. It's amazing. In addition, they do a Pan-African Arts Festival at the end of every single year where they invite African artists, musicians, everybody to come, and they do this festival every year. The year of the return, this year was a special one, as you said, but they do this festival every single solitary year. So bear that in mind, guys. Ghana is a beautiful, beautiful country, beautiful people. If you got the bread, I recommend that be your first stop in Africa if you're going.
And also, we were #1 in Ghana for several weeks. Not sure why, but the Ghanaian people love a pod named Kickback. So we love you too, Madasi. And we named the whole episode after Ghana.
Yes, we
named
did.
an entire episode last year called Madasi, which means thank you. And we thank them for making us #1 because that was the only country we were #1 in.
Wow.
So shout out to Ghana. I'm looking forward to making that pilgrimage. I know I've traced my family's traced some of our ancestry back. I know that we are Fulani and a few other tribes. I don't know if any of them are in Ghana, but I'm going to do my own research. I left this to my aunt and my uncle and my cousins, but I want to do my own, especially since that was all on my mother's side, and I haven't explored my father's side. And that's another segue, JB. Segue! I gotta say something with you guys.
Please.
And this is a rant. This is a random ass new thought, RENT, that I have to share with you guys. So, if you've been a fan of the show or supporter of the show, you know that I don't have much of a relationship with my father, or that entire side of the family. Actually, no relationship. And when I was about 13, 14, they all moved to Macon, Georgia. And I was in DC, of course, and I didn't have any relationship with them because they were all gone. And I had tried to build a relationship with my father over the years and was unsuccessful at doing it, either based on me or based on him or based on circumstance. But since I've been in Atlanta, Georgia, since I moved to Atlanta, and I know that my entire father's side of the family is in Macon, I've either been very receptive to it but couldn't get it done, or anti-receptive to it and wouldn't get it done. And my cousins who I had built a relationship with, because they follow us on Christian Mingle and MySpace and stuff, they reached out to me. And they were trying to get me to come back home, so to speak. And every time it was about to happen, it didn't happen. For whatever reason, mostly on my part, to be honest. And my cousin Dre FaceTimed me over Christmas. I don't celebrate the holidays, but that's how my family does, of course. And he FaceTimed me and was like, "Hey man, what you doing?" I'm at work. What's going on? He was like, "Hold on 1 second." He gave the phone to my aunt. And she passed it to another aunt. And she passed it to another aunt. But she passed it to my 92-year-old grandmother, who I hadn't seen since I was like 11. And I'm looking at the phone like, whoa. And she says to me, you know, "I love you. I want to get to know you. I want you to get to know me. Please come see me in Macon." And I've told everybody no. My father know, my cousins know, my aunt, I ain't, man, fuck that shit. I'm mad y'all laughing, da, da, da. But I'm looking at my 92-year-old grandmother. It was no fucking way I could say no, JB.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
You say no.
Yeah.
What I said
was raised right.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
I will be there before New Year's, ma'am.
Right.
I love it.
And I kept my word, and I drove to Macon last Saturday.
Yep.
And I'll share this with you. So I pull up and I see my father getting out of the car. Of course, I recognize him. He looked like me. You know what I'm saying? So I see him.
What a sight.
Right. Thank you, boo.
I was talking about the Zaddy.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, okay, cool. So I get out the car, I see him, we talk. My cousin Dre, who made all this happen, gets out the car, and he gets out the house and give me a hug and we talk. And I walk into my house, and my entire father's side of the family are damn near in a single file line, waiting to hug me and meet me or re-meet me, and just telling me how much they love me, how much they miss me, and how terrible it was that we were separated. And no matter whose fault it is, let's fucking fix it. I didn't cry.
He cried.
No, I cried when my grandmother FaceTimed me. When he gave my grandmother the phone, she FaceTimed me. When I got off the phone with her, I cried like a baby. But by the time I got there, I cried too much, I guess. But I re-met all of my aunts, uncles, cousins. I met new cousins. I have a second cousin who's like 6 years old, named Jaden. And he was guiding me around. I was, "Come look at this. And did you see this room? Do you know where the bathroom is?" And my father was like, "Leave him alone. Like, you keep dragging him around the house." And this is what Jaden said. "He's my cousin. I can take him around." And everybody was like, "Oh!" And
That's great.
It was
so cute.
fucking great. It was the highlight of my 2019, and it's probably one of the highlights of my life, to be reconnected with that side of my family and to feel that love. Because in my mind, since we're disconnected, there was no love.
Right.
And then to see them and see, like my grandmother had a picture of me when I was like 11, 12, that's just up in the house. I don't think she put it up because I was coming. It wasn't like it was in the most prominent position. It was just up. And I was like, "That's me." And they're like, "Yeah." And I'm like, I was wondering, like, well, damn, why haven't we reconnected? Like, you obviously didn't forget me.
Right.
But everything happens when it's supposed to. And shout out to my family from Macon. I look at it differently now because I found out they all moved to Macon because they're from Macon. We're from Macon. So my roots have always been D.C. If you go way, way back, Virginia. Now I realize my roots are in D.C., Virginia, and Macon. And then I wound up in Atlanta for some reason. How about that?
Yeah,
So,
that was a part of the process. That was a part of the plan for you.
I
That was supposed
absolutely
to
believe
happen.
God's plan.
Yes.
Yeah, God's plan.
Don't make me stop
God's
singing.
plan.
Sometimes I want.
So I was very, very happy about that, and I made a post about it. And all of our viewers and listeners that are on Facebook was like, "Talk about this shit on the podcast." And I was like, "We do the weekly news. We don't really do like personal.
But that's humanizing you, like that.
Right,
that
and they
is
asked
like,
for it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure that I spoke about it, and shout out to my family. I can say this now. I have a grandmother. I haven't said that in
Shout
30
out to
years.
your grandmother.
Shout out to my grandmother, and they call her Mima. So shout out to Mima, what we call her Mima.
Shout out to Mima.
Shout out to Mima. I got aunts and uncles I never knew. I got
Right.
cousins and second
Hashtag
cousins.
Macon.
Nieces, yeah, like hashtag Macon. You know what I'm saying? Mactown.
Oh, Mactown.
I'm like Jesus from here. Me and Jesus might be cousins.
Right?
Oh shit. Oh, wait a
Hanging out
minute.
with the snowman.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
This one.
I'm looking forward to meeting all of this family.
And they asked about JB.
Well, I didn't go. When he was like, yeah, I'm going down to Macon. You know, he told me, oh yeah, you know, I FaceTime with my 92-year-old grandma. I was like, oh shit. I'm like, man, I gotta see this. Wait. This is his first time going and hanging out with all this. I was like, I don't want. Let me let him go by himself.
Long drive.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and then but then I hear about how fabulous it was and how they welcomed him with such open arms. It's like, oh shit, because I feel like I've known New's whole family. Like I've known this man for 30. Like we're brothers for real. Like he knows both sides of all of my family. Like so to hear about this whole other side of his family that I never knew about, it's like shit. I got 30, 40 other motherfuckers I need to meet.
Exactly. That's like an extension to your family.
Exactly, right.
My father is one of my cousins because I had 3 or 4 cousins on my father's side of the family that when they found me 12, 13 years ago, they made, like, we're not letting you go. We found you. But I had my issues with the older generation because I felt like I was abandoned. And so I've been very close with my cousins.
Yeah.
And they all know
JB. Randy. Yeah,
they all know JB.
Right.
So when I got there, they was like, why JB in here? And I was like, the first time I want to do it by myself.
Right.
But they say that in front of my whole family. They're like, who's JB? And this would hit me with. So you rap, right? And you got a podcast. I was like, well, I kind of retired from rapping. I got a little old. But I do have the podcast. And I was telling them about the podcast. My Aunt Gloria must have come on the podcast.
Hey!
It was just, man.
Shout out to Aunt Gloria.
Shout
Bring
out
it
to Aunt
on.
Gloria.
Right here, Aunt Gloria.
It was just, I never felt empty or incomplete because, like JB said, I got both his sides of this family.
Yeah.
I got Eric's family. I got Smee's family. I got Coffee's family. And I got my mother's side of the family. So I never felt like I was missing anything.
Right.
But I didn't know that I could feel fuller.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what I feel now. I feel more full.
You feel whole.
Yeah.
You are
yeah.
whole.
And I thought I was whole. I felt whole before. Well, no, I didn't. I felt.
You feel like
I
something
felt like
was missing.
I felt like there was a little piece missing.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
You didn't know
it
that was a
huge
chunk. Yeah.
piece missing.
Yeah.
And man, just shout out to my family, man. I love y'all, man. That's crazy.
That's a beautiful
And
story.
Man, how
You got Synethia,
CC.
right?
Oh, CC, no, I told her a little bit about it. The CC family, CC, like that's
Shout out to
how I know.
CC.
Shout out
Hey,
CC.
CC.
Hey.
She know, and that's what's even crazy that everybody that hit me, they was like, I'm so happy, and I was just like all my niggas, all my homegirls, everybody was just like, nigga, I'm so fucking happy because I posted a picture of me, my grandmother, and my father.
Yeah.
And even people on my mother's side of the family was like, oh
Right.
shit,
Right.
Oh shit,
Right.
You went.
You found him.
Yeah, exactly.
That's always,
exactly.
you found him. What did they say?
Right.
They loved me.
And they loved me. They loved on me. I haven't felt that kind of love in years.
Aww.
Where it's a whole, can you imagine a whole side of a family just loving you? Like, as soon as they see you, just, we love you. And that's what they did. And it
That's
made me
beautiful.
feel, let's go on with the rest of the show. But I do want to say,
Well,
I can't even explain how great it made me feel.
Well, let me say this. I do know how that feels, and that's why this is such an important completion for me. Because remember, every time I go home, I get the same, basically the same welcome you got from your father's side, from both sides.
Mm-hmm.
When you go back to DC, you only get it from one side of your family. So to have that other side, like. It's just as important for me because I have always known that was missing for you every time we go home. Because again, so to give you an idea, Carly, like literally like every time I go home, somehow there's a big family gathering. Like every single time for whatever, like, and New can tell you, like every time I go home, I see at least 40 or 50 of my family members.
Beautiful.
They make a point to make it happen somehow. Wow. It always happens whenever I go home. So to have that happen to him and to see that, to have him experience that same thing that I've, he's watched it happen to me my whole life. So to have it happen to you, it just fills me with joy because I know it's gonna happen now. Holidays, July 4th.
July 4th is gonna be
Memorial Day,
in Macon,
all of that shit. I mean, I got a fucking hour drive to Macon to look forward to every holiday in the A now from now on, and that just is what it is, and I'm perfectly okay with that.
You think they'll make some vegan burgers for us?
We might have requested.
Yeah, then I'm there. Let's do it.
Boom.
Boom. Aunt Gloria.
Vegan burgers.
Mima.
Yeah, exactly. Mima,
We getting the Impossible Burgers and making.
Hell yeah.
I'm so happy that you were able to experience that before
it is.
You had to experience that in a different light.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, sometimes when families brought together, it's brought together in a somber kind of mood,
because
right?
of a funeral.
Because of a funeral. So it's good that your grandmother reached out to you and was like, "You come to me."
Yeah, and she had to do it. I wouldn't have listened to nobody else.
Well, you said, I'm not coming in, I'm not doing it. And then when she spoke to you, it was like a divine intervention for you.
Yeah.
To come and see her.
Yeah, I mean, he better have come if he did. If I tell you what,
They would have fucked me up.
My Mima got up there and asked me, and I said, "Man, Mima, no." And look at all the love you got when you got there.
Man, shit. If he just said no to her, he'd have still gone. He'd have still.
Nah,
Jimmy would have dragged me out here.
Get in the car.
Right?
Where we going? Don't worry about it. We're going to the liquor store.
Right.
God damn, this is a long drive. I know.
Where the store?
In Lithonia, and then just keep going.
Nigga, that's where the liquor store
is.
is.
McDonald's and just keep going.
I gotta show you. I gotta show you the pictures. I'll do it when the show.
Okay, yeah. I saw some pictures on Instagram, but there's more.
Okay.
I liked them too. I said, "Oh my God!" And you told me the story a little bit.
Okay.
So yeah, that's beautiful. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for pulling down some layers and showing us.
Yeah. So I'm not
very
always
personal.
jokey and strokey.
And strokey.
I have a sensitive side. I'm just saying, I had another side. I'm not just a righteous ratchet.
Yeah.
So
and those of you who heard that bumping sound, that was me knocking my head with the microphone. Like, please, Lord. Shall we move on?
Yeah, let's move on to Carly's first husband.
What?
My left stroke just went viral.
Oh my God!
Carly's husband number one, Donald Trump, has put us in the middle of what could potentially be World War III.
Just to make sure that we're clear, I am not a Donald Trump fan.
But husband, ex-husband fan, it's all, it's whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm for what's right.
If he's an ex-husband, then you're probably not a fan.
Right.
I don't think my ex-wife is a JB fan.
Are we doing this?
Okay, no.
Don't do it.
No, we're not doing this. So, JB, I'm gonna throw this out of you as the resident gangster geek of the show.
Let's do this.
Can you break down what Trump has done and how we should feel about it? I have my own opinion, but to our, hundreds of thousands of listeners, well, really all 900 of y'all, but to all 900 of them, JB, can you explain to them what's going on?
Okay, let's start with this. You can pretty much 99% fucking guarantee that when a president deals with problems with his presidency, when his approval rating drops to abysmal rates, as Donald Trump has done, you can pretty much set your watch by it, your clock by it. There's going to be military action. Because military action always raises the approval ratings. It always improves the economy, which, oh, by the way, is starting to take a downturn now. Those of you who didn't know that. We know that Donald Trump's presidency has been a train wreck. This is him him trying to right the traps. What has he done? We know he's been warmongering throughout his entire presidency, threatening military action to everybody, everywhere. Oh, basically what he said is, if anyone lays a finger on anyone from the U.S. in Iran, then I'm going to strike.
It's on and popping.
He's set tripping out there. He out there set tripping.
So he ordered a drone strike in Iran on some sort of military installation. Now, they were able to successfully kill an important Iranian general who has been linked to several military and paramilitary operations in the Middle East. Apparently, this dude was a bad motherfucker, and it probably wasn't a bad thing that we killed him.
He looks like a really clean, nice guy.
Here's the problem.
I don't judge people.
Here's the problem, kickbackers. Military action without congressional authorization is never a good thing, although all of our presidents have done it. Literally all of them, including Barack Obama. Let's just keep it 100. I got to be honest about that. The problem is all of this rhetoric that he's adding to the military action. Yeah, I did it, and yeah, we fucked them up, and yeah. And guess what? Iran is now talking the same shit. Now they're threatening serious retaliation for this. Here's the problem, kickbackers. Iran isn't going to start with overt action. They're not going to try and land troops in Florida somewhere. What are they going to do? They're going to start doing subversive military actions, subversive terrorist actions. It's going to become a guerrilla war, and this is a problem. This is a problem because Iran is big enough, they have enough resources to actually bring terrorist threats into the U.S. What are y'all whispering?
So we want some Skittles, because, we about to taste the rainbow in this situation.
Wait a minute.
All right, shout out to Skittles. Can we get a commercial for Skittles? Right?
This is all the way fucked up because we know he didn't attack Iran because Iran has been causing all kinds of horrible problems. We know that he attacked Iran because he wants to raise his approval rating and he wants to divert our attention from impeachment.
Because
and that
he
is
was
literally
desperate.
Precisely what is going on. So let's keep it real, kickbackers. This isn't him trying to end terrorism or trying to stop some incredible threat. This is him trying to save his ass with a war, the same way every fucking Republican president has done it. And here we go again. A lot of people say that 9/11 was the best thing to happen to George W. Bush's presidency. And it's a fact. So here we go again with Orange 45. I'll toss it up and let y'all take it at this point, but it's fucked up.
Before I dump this, Carly, do you want to jump in? Or you want me to hit him with the reverse?
Well, I concur 100%. I really feel like, I watch politics a lot. And I knew that after he got impeached a couple weeks ago, he was going to try something extremely desperate. I mean, desperate people, veer towards desperate measures.
Yep.
The most desperate thing you can possibly do is cause havoc, right? Mm-hmm. To create disruption, to create confusion. So the biggest thing that I just encourage, the viewers and just, fans and people that watch the show, and just keep watching the news and keeping yourself engaged. Don't be one of these people that are like, oh, I hate watching the news. It's always negative. Guess what? We live in a negative world, okay? So that's why it's important for you to protect your energy and your aura and keep yourself very much in tune to what is going on, because that's what they want you to do. Get so sick of it, you don't even want to watch it anymore. Get so sick of it, you just don't care.
Tune out.
You tune it out so that they can tune you all the way in the other way, right?
Facts. My take on it is, I'm curious about the position we've been put in. Trump is talking a lot of gangster shit. We targeted 52 Iranian cities. If they touch anybody from America, then we're going to attack all 52 cities. We sent another 3,000 troops to the Middle East. All of that is, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. It feels like dude needed to get taken out, and it feels like I don't feel remorseful that Trump did it. It feels like it needed to be done.
But why did it need to be done? He didn't do anything.
Well,
he was just a threat, because when people are in fear, the adverse reaction is to feel threatened.
Well, he's killed several Americans. I think it was like 60. Soleimani, whatever his name was.
But when?
General Soleimani.
Yeah, Soleimani.
But when and why?
Before and because.
Okay, so to your point, friend. So because he wanted to and then.
Right.
So this guy was an easy target, right? For Trump's desperation. He wanted to find somebody that he could say, oh, this guy did all this bad stuff, just like Bush said, oh my God, Saddam Hussein has weapons of mass destruction.
But we never knew.
We never knew where these mass weapons of destruction were. And then come to find out there weren't any. So what you do is you find the weakest link, and out of desperation, you're like, kill him, because he did it. That's what he did. And then everybody's like, well, he did kill people, so off with his head.
Yeah, I remember I was telling JB earlier, I had wrote a rap back in the day. I was rapping and I talking about how great a rap I was. I'm like, I'm the shit on this. And I was like, I'm just like Bush with this war thing. I'm going to do what I want to do. You ain't got to support me. And I'm not bragging on what Bush did, but I'm just highlighting the fact that he just did what he wanted to do and he didn't give a fuck, which is similar to what Trump did. I'm not going to lie, I do like Trump saying, like, touch one American. Touch one.
But you initiated this fight.
I agree.
It's just like if I pushed you in the face and said, touch me. I would blow this thing up, and you're
it's still gangster though. It's still gangster. I'm not saying that I have never really been a supporter of Trump, but I'm just saying that it was some gangster shit, and he's still carrying it in a gangster way. Like, I'm the biggest, I'm the baddest nigga. Fuck you talking about?
But is that always safe? The biggest and the baddest, whether you're watching Jews, whether you're watching New Jack City, the biggest and the baddest always, it never ends well.
It's not always the safest.
And we are the ones that are going to be affected by this.
Iran is talking about like,
did you hear about that?
He's like, all y'all do over there in America is oppress black people. Fuck y'all, da. And I'm like,
this is what he said.
Yeah, but they've been saying that for decades. No, but the Middle East. That's what terrorists use. That's what they use to what do they call it? Militarize.
To get insurgents.
Yeah.
They
always do that. Yes, that's what they say.
All I'm gonna say is this: my name is Niall Tyreek Newman.
Is this a hashtag
ad?
Dude, who has the wrong?
Wrong jump. That's what I'm saying. Niall Tyreek Newman. Holler at me. We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
you're safe. You're with me. You're safe. You're safe.
Yeah, it is it is.
Tomorrow, you're safe.
So the militarization of all of these terrorist groups is due to their marginalization, and most of that happens from the West. So they are using they inflame the truth about the United States to militarize these young insurgents. They make people give their lives for these terrorist acts, because what America has done in the Middle East is really, really, really fucked up. Like, really fucked up. Not like a little bit. We're not talking about like maybe like a few people killed here and there. We're talking about hundreds of thousands.
Well, they call innocent civilians, they call them insurgents. And they've killed hundreds of thousands of insurgents, which is non-militaristic people.
Yeah.
But we're really leaving out a very important aspect of what just occurred yesterday, is where the leader mentioned, just to let you guys know, to his congregation or his militant group, just to let you guys know, this is not about the American people. This is specifically, when I say death to America, and this is what he said, not me, New or JB.
Well, JB might agree,
No, he didn't say it.
Okay,
yeah.
True.
So he said, just in case somebody wants to snip it and clip it.
Right.
So this
don't
is
be snipping and clipping.
Don't be snipping and clipping. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Don't do me.
Don't do me. So no, this has nothing to do with the American people, because I will tell you, when I heard about World War III possibly happening, it was scary for me. I'm like, I don't know. My grandfather was in that world. This has nothing to do with me. I don't know what that feels like. Well, he made it very clear that this was not about the people. This is what it is not about Americans. This is specifically about the leaders of America.
Absolutely.
In which I was very, very happy to hear that I can get on a train, boat, or fly, and I'll probably be okay. But Trump, to hear somebody say, basically, I'm coming at your head. You have a ticket on your head. That is pretty intimidating to me. He's over there. We're over here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's a sticky situation. We will see how it plays out, but I don't know if it's World War III. I think
that's a little embellished.
Yeah, you
can't have
a seasoning salt on that one.
Yeah, you can't have World War III and have Iran be the main contestant against the United States. That's like me stepping in the ring with a 5-year-old and saying that it is the Thriller in Manila. No,
this is
it's not.
You got held.
Right. No. It's and that's the fucked up part yet again about what the U.S. does. I mean, we're not the greatest economy on earth right now, not even close.
And clearly not the most organized.
But we still have the largest military by far. That's part of the reason why our country is fucked up, oh, by the way. Because we spend 55% of our budget on military, not on healthcare, not on welfare programs like every other first world country does. The United States is the only country, the only developed country on earth that does not have universal healthcare. That includes South Africa, that includes Australia, that includes Canada. We are so far behind and so backwards, and here we are now fucking with another.
Yeah, and that's another story for another day, but beautifully put, JB. Yeah. Let's run through these next couple topics so we can get through the show, because we had a lot to say just now.
Yeah,
that was a lot.
That was a lot.
Between your Mima and Aunt Gloria.
Yeah, that was a lot.
To this Trump situation.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah.
So a Bronx man attempted to kidnap a sleeping woman on a train. He tried to grab her. He was unsuccessful from what we see. And then when she found him later on with her homies in the neighborhood, they beat the dog shit out of him. He says that he was trying to save her.
From where?
From someone else.
From the person that was the imaginary person sitting
No, from her friend who was like, nigga, what are you doing? Because he was trying to drag her off the train, and the dude who was with the girl was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, and he's the one that posted videos and shit, and
she wasn't even in a vulnerable situation.
Nope.
He needed this is not right at all, but people have to typically be in a vulnerable situation when you want to abduct them.
Yeah, I think she was nodding off.
He was like, time, I'm about to get her.
Yeah. I wonder how they were all high. I don't know what the fuck happened. But I know that he got his ass beat. I know that for a fact.
I just thought maybe he had a mental illness.
Motherfucker, and sometimes you
try to say, no, I was saving her. I was trying to save her. I'm like,
nah. Well, you don't be trying to carry.
Don't grab no black woman off the train.
Nope.
Without her permission.
Nope.
Or we gonna fuck you up. And that's the moral of that motherfucking story.
Pretty much.
JB's old Sega Genesis buddy, French Montana.
Absolutely not.
Has been going back and forth with Carly's high school sweetheart 50 Cent.
Oh, wow.
And they've been battling.
Might be okay with that.
They've been battling back and forth and attacking each other on social media.
Why did this start?
It started a while ago because French Montana used to do these cocaine rap videos, where he would interview people and have them talk crazy on the interview. He interviewed 50 Cent one year. 50 Cent did a great interview. Like a video interview that I watch at least once a year. Because it was that great, motivational, get off your ass, do what you gotta do, blah, blah, blah. And when 50 got to the beef with Fat Joe, and French Montana started hanging with Fat Joe and DJ Khaled, 50 released that, man, fuck French Montana. He gave me DJ Khaled mother address in case I wanted to get at Khaled. So now he best friends with them? Fuck that nigga.
How long ago was this?
When it actually happened, it was supposed to be about a decade ago. When the story came out about with 50 revealing it was about 5 years ago. And then they started, the beef reignited 2019. And they started going back and forth. Like French Montana even released the episode of Power, the spoiler for Power at midnight last night to ruin it for everybody.
Oh
like,
my
God!
Power. I'm glad I don't follow him on social media.
Have you watched it yet?
No, I'm gonna go home and watch it tonight.
Okay, I did watch it.
Don't say anything.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
But French Montana ruined it for a lot of people to get at 50. 50 clown French Montana for renting a Bugatti when he couldn't afford to buy one. It's just been a bunch of dumb shit back and forth.
Anyway.
Petty bullshit.
Right.
And the latest story is French Montana has been buying his own streams. He's been hacking into people's accounts on Spotify and playing his song over and over.
How can you even prove that?
You can.
You can't.
Well, the story came out. I can't prove it, but the story came
Cannot.
You can't prove that. Moving
So
on.
that whole Fresh and 50 thing, y'all niggas get it together.
Just kiss
I ain't
and
got
make
time
up,
for
go
it.
to the spa and all that fun stuff.
Oh, whoa.
And just be done with it. Oh no, they spa. I see Diddy and French Montana spa.
Well, I go to the spa too, but I'm not going with my enemy. That's just a little weird.
Why
Hey
not?
man, hey, let's go to the spa tomorrow. Yeah,
I don't
spa
know
is
that
big.
I'm going to the spa with another dude, honestly.
That's a good
probably
point.
going to keep that. That's going to be
Well, they
me
need to
time.
do something else where they can just squash this because this is getting really
They need
ridiculous.
to go to a sports
Facts.
bar and
This
have
is
a
so
beer.
50 Cent.
That's what
Like-
niggas do.
50 loves beef though, so he lives for it.
Pause. Yeah, okay.
No homo. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do that.
Hey, she
So,
went back to the old school way.
Right.
No homo.
So Donald Trump, Shut Up Stupid
Let's get
Award,
it.
goes to one of the writers of Vanity Fair
Awful.
that decided they wanted to talk about Blue Ivy Carter and how, in their opinion, unattractive she was because she looked like her father
That is such
and
a
not enough like her mother.
I used to look like my father when I was a kid.
Most
I
kids
love
do.
my father now.
It's called paternity certainty. It's a biological fact. Young children look like their fathers so that their fathers can identify them as theirs. It's a fact.
That seems animalistic.
It is, but we happen to be animals.
Right?
So, yeah.
Don't
but
be
no.
such hairy monsters.
No, but that's a fact though. It's true. It's called paternity certainty. It's
So that is really low for anyone to talk about
It's-
a child.
Ugly and despicable and fuck both of the parties involved.
yeah.
Well, before I go on my tangent, what would you like to say, Carly?
Well, wow, that's so nice of you. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'll just segue.
I'm a nice guy.
In. So, I think that's really wrong. You shouldn't talk about people's children publicly. What you say in the convenience of your own home or office is one thing. But once you start to televise it and publish it, it becomes a legal issue. So, or slander.
Yeah. There you
And I really feel like, why would you do this to a child? I mean, because their parents are wealthy or rich or whatever you want to call it. Like, it was a low blow. I don't like it. You get a thumbs down from me.
It's
Bruh.
fucking disgusting. Why the fuck is you talking about how children look anyway? Why are you looking at them that close? What the fuck wrong with you, dog? Like, I don't like that shit. And I don't know if she looks like Jay-Z more or Beyonce more. We kind of
She's a child.
At different times, I've seen different things. But why the fuck is you judging this baby's looks? Like, life is hard enough.
Right.
Growing up than to have famous parents. And then on top of that, you're being judged on how you look? Man, fuck you, dog. And a fuck your apology. That's disrespectful, it's disgusting, and it's rude, and it's tactless, and it's trifling. To
Yeah.
sit there and judge a child on how they look. That's just like, ugh.
Yeah, and fuck the apology too, because if you're white and you call me a nigga, ain't no apologizing for that. So if you out there writing shit about the appearance of children, there's no apology for that. There's certain things that are just so fucked up and stupid, like there's no coming back from it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's over. Like you said, fuck your apology. Let's move on, man.
Yeah. I don't like
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Yeah.
Did she get fired?
Not as of yet. We shall see how this plays out. Our Nipsey Hussle Award winner, we had 2. One, well, actually, I'm going to change it. We got 3. One, we're going to give it to Carmelo Anthony for having played in, not Carmelo Anthony,
Vince
Carter.
Yes.
For having played in 4 different decades.
Yes.
The first NBA player to do so.
In history.
Insanity, arm in the net, and he did thing. Shout out to Vince.
Who was that?
No, he did thing.
When he did the dunk and wrapped his whole...
Now you're doing it.
He grabbed the ball and he was like...
Is this what we're doing?
No, I was just doing the dunk.
Are we doing this?
No, I was doing the dunk. No hit.
He dunked and put like his whole arm...
His arm in the ring.
All right.
In the rim.
Okay.
So shout out to Vince Carter. I don't think he's gotten the ring. I'm not sure. I don't think he has.
No.
But he is played. He's in Atlanta now with us. So I will go see a game this season, Vince, just to support you.
You have his word.
Wait,
Yeah,
was he
my word.
playing for the Raptors?
I'm here for the Hawks. Atlanta.
Well, was he playing for the Raptors last year?
Nope, the Hawks.
Oh, okay.
He been here for 2 years.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But he was at the Raptors and the Mavericks. I mean, he bounced to Memphis.
Yeah.
He bounced, he's old, so they just
Right.
bounce him around.
Don't do him like that.
No, I mean not. He's not older than me. He definitely not older than JB. Old enough to be his father.
I'm not old enough.
I'm just saying.
Don't do.
No.
He's about the same age we are, though. Keeping it up.
Also, Carly's old knitting buddy, when they were in a nursing home, they used to do knitting together. Mariah Carey, her song "All I Want for Christmas Is You" has been on the charts for 4 decades, just like Vince Carter has been playing basketball for 4 decades. So how do you feel about that, Carly?
He's not slimming down. Go ahead.
Oh, wait a minute. Hey, me, I am me.
No, Meek, he's
It's
not.
not. It's the
just
shirt.
It's a black T-shirt.
It's a
Wow,
black t-shirt.
really?
He's
Yeah.
coming
Really?
off the
Yeah,
sides,
yeah.
girl.
Really?
Well, we just talked about your New Year's resolution to try.
He just
to
did
slip, so-
one. Well, how many push-ups did he say? 3?
Yeah, like
It was 3. It was 2.5.
It was 2.5.
We call it 3.
So we're
You
just
know
gonna
what?
keep it all the way funky.
right.
Me, I'm slim and trim.
What's up, Meek?
Filled to the brim.
You were being sarcastic,
Knocking on
weren't
the
you?
rim.
You were being sarcastic, right? That was a joke, right?
Don't let them sway you, me. So anyway.
So shout out to Mariah
Mariah
Carey,
Carey,
right?
Yeah.
Because y'all
Good
used to do the thing together when y'all was kids.
Hey, if you want to, let me tell you, if you wanted her to be my best friend in a previous or current life, I'll take it.
Okay.
Okay, so shout out Mariah. Hey, girl.
And hate to get a little serious, but NBA Commissioner David Stern, former NBA Commissioner David Stern passed away a few days ago. He had complications from a brain hemorrhage. He had a lot of things going on. They said, well, damn, JB. Yeah, talking about me. I'm slim and trim.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I am. And he's full of phlegm.
Continue. I don't know where that
Okay.
phlegm came from.
He got a cold.
That's fine. I'm just 2, so who's gonna have a cold tomorrow?
Sound like me. So, we're getting, back to
Sitting
David
here in the
Stern.
disease factory and shit.
Right. Shout out to David Stern. Rest in peace. You were actually, she was being honest. I do look slim and trim. And you are full of phlegm. And Carly used to be a him.
Oh Lord.
Oh no, you didn't.
Lord.
What? No. So, but shout out to David Stern, man. Rest in peace. Condolences to your family. You took the NBA game and made it worldwide. That happened when we were in high school. When they had the dream team. And he's responsible for all of that. He's responsible for his successor, David Silver, who has been a civil rights activist in his position as commissioner. Adam Silver. As an activist in his position as commissioner. And Roger Goodell from the NFL said that they called David Stern the dean of commissioners, meaning the commissioners in every major sports league looked up to David Stern.
Absolutely.
So David Stern, you will be missed. You were loved. You were appreciated. You are loved. You are appreciated. And you win our Nipsey Hussle Award for the week.
Grinding and shining. That's what he did. That's
Hell
what he did. Yeah.
All right. So Carly's most recent boyfriend,
You know what?
Robert Kelly.
Oh no, that is not my most recent boyfriend. Don't you do me
I
like
knew she was
that.
gonna jump all over that one. Fuck that.
Right? If he's my boyfriend, you are slim and trim.
What do you mean?
Lord, have mercy.
I'm just saying.
There are a lot of things on TV, and I'm Netflix and chill segment.
Yeah.
There's a shit of shit
Yeah.
you can watch.
Yeah.
Let's do a rapid fire segment.
Let's do it.
And let's just get one sentence on whatever is on TV, and we'll move on.
Yeah, sounds good.
So, R. Kelly documentary, one sentence.
Surprising and shocking and wow. Like, wow.
Oh, okay. Debbie, one sentence.
Fuck that shit. I'm not interested in watching. I'm already through with R. Kelly. I'm not. I don't need to see no more. He's canceled, in my opinion. I'm done.
I watched the first episode, heard about all his abuse. I don't care. I don't want to hear about any of the women's abuse. I'm over it. Not that I don't want to hear about women's abuse. I don't want to hear about this story again.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I clarify.
I can't cancel R. Kelly any more than I already have. So fuck that nigga.
Boom. Left Eye and Andre Rison. I started. I didn't know for a fact she used to date Tupac, but apparently that's in it on Lifetime. Watch.
I watched a little snippet of it. That is honestly probably the definition of crazy in love, because even after she, no spoilers, but even after there was some burnage of the homage.
I don't think you'll be spoiling anything for our
Right.
We all know about that. Even
though she burned the house, he was still crazy in love, like traveling, getting on a motorcycle to go to all these different hospitals to see where she was, or different, jails to see if she was there, so he can bail her out. Like, dude, your home is on fire, and she set it on fire. But that was the definition to me, crazy in love.
Jimmy?
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, so I'm going to try and tune in. You guys have intrigued me. That story was always just, like you said, crazy in love.
Yeah.
So.
Kevin Hart documentary. Real, honest, reminded me of the Five. Maybe a little contrived, but I think more honest than not.
My thoughts, yet another Kevin Hart apology tour, and I think there was some realness in there. I think it was some things that we probably thought who he was in there, and I'm just ready for Kevin to just enjoy his life for a while, enjoy your family, your new baby, get out of the limelight for a while, regroup, get you some crystals, light some candles and some incense, smoke some cloves, and then come back bigger and better than ever, and not Jadam Manji.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Jimmy?
Haven't seen much of it yet. The little bits and pieces that I have seen, actually, one of the things that I always liked about Kevin Hart is just his work ethic, and that is very motivational to me. So I think I'm going to find a lot of motivation out of what I see, just because of the way he carries him, like the way he does his work. You know what I'm saying? He is a workaholic. He is a monster, and that's what I plan on taking from him.
I've watched it 3 times.
Oh, wow.
It was like 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Super fan.
Because, I'm a super fan of greatness and work ethic. I don't think Kevin is the greatest comedian or funniest comedian. I don't think he's funnier than I can name. He's not funny to anybody that I consider great.
Right.
But I respect his work ethic, because there's a level where skill outweighs talent. Talent you're born with, skill you develop. And he has developed his skill to the point where he has all these movies, all these tours that sell out. But he ain't funnier than Eddie, or Dave, or Chris, or Richard. He ain't funnier than me.
Well, that's a little far with it.
But which part, Eddie?
No, the last part.
Chris?
So, no, you. So.
You know what? Cut on my call, JB.
No.
Cut her mic off.
So, for me, as it relates to Kevin, I do like Kevin. I'm from LA, California, if you can't see the hat. So, for me, I used to go see Kevin back in the day. Come on, Killer Cookie.
Okay, all right, boom. There you go.
I love blue. That's my favorite color. But, I used to go see Kevin Hart when he was at Uptown Comedy Club on Pico and La Brea. where he talked about, oh, my wife dropped me off because we only have one car. Like, that was for real, for real. Kevin was funny then. I really liked him then. I like him now, but I feel like sometimes when you're in the limelight, your personal life gets too, it kind of impedes on your limelight. And I think that's what it keeps happening with him. And that's why I proposed that maybe he should just put out the documentary, don't shoot any movies for a while, sit back, you got more than enough money, enjoy your family, rekindle the relationship, and reestablish the relationship between you and your wife and your teen, and then come out bigger and better than ever. Like, we will be here. I will watch it, trust me.
Interesting.
I think that's what he think he did.
When?
Just now.
Where?
In America.
6 episodes that you watched 10 times.
Right. I mean, it's motivated me. But I did see his flaws, and I don't shame him for that. As long as he's improving. And if he's truly improving, I ain't got shit to say. If it's all for camera, fuck it. But
only time will tell.
Only time will tell. Just like with the series You on Netflix. Have you watched You at all?
I have not.
Okay.
Great series. The first series.
Who is You?
The first.
You
season?
is a TV show on Netflix, a miniseries. Well, not miniseries, a series.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2 years. It's about a psychopathic guy, and that's all I'm gonna say. It is very good.
That's enough. Yeah.
It's that good where you give too much detail in the end.
I'll put it to you this way. The first season was so weird and crazy and frankly terrifying to me that I've kind of sat back and waited a second to watch the second season because I want to wait and get in my sort of psychological thriller mode to get ready
off
for
air,
it.
you guys are gonna have to tell me what it is so I know what I'm signing myself up with. But I want to see it now that you guys are saying like.
I'll give him this JB. Tell me, or stop me if this is what I'm saying.
Just let me know. I will hit him.
It is about a man in his attempt to date a woman.
Stop.
Okay.
Oh, come on now. Don't do this.
That's enough. No, we just told you that it's
a psychological thriller.
Right, that's enough. That's plenty.
So if you were to kind of compare it to like some movie.
I would compare it to Me and You.
There's no Me and You.
Exactly.
Don't do this.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, that's actually
exactly.
That's actually a nice parallel.
Exactly.
That's actually a very nice parallel.
Has anybody else watched this? Like,
it's very big. Yes, people are. Yeah, it's a very huge show. It's not a. It's
arguably.
It's not under the radar.
No,
is it like The Crying Game?
It's one of the most popular shows on Netflix.
Hell no.
I mean,
you said it was like The Crying Game.
You asked him. You said
it
it was
had
like
a dick in The Crying Game.
You said it was like.
That's what you do. That's what. Cut on mic on, JB. Cut on. Well, I do have a dick. So leave your mic on. The hell. All right, and
understand.
The Witcher is a story based in fantasy, based off a video game. They had The Witcher 1, The Witcher 2, that was on PC. The Witcher 3, Part 3, was available on PS4 and the regular gaming consoles. And they made a movie based on the third version.
It's a series. It's a show, right? It's got like 8 episodes in the series.
Yes. It's not a movie. It's not a movie.
Yeah. And
it's based on the final game that was actually on PS4 and Xbox and all that shit, Witcher 3. And it's an 8-series season. I've only seen 3 episodes. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it so much that it's made me think about buying the game to play it. And y'all know I mainly play
the video game?
Yeah, the video game. I mainly play Madden Live or 2K. I don't play a lot of extra games. I did start playing Grand Theft Auto last week. I played it when I was a kid. But I went and got the most recent one, I think came out a year ago. Just for the fuck of it. Just to have something else to do.
Are those some of your games right there?
Those are all of my games. I don't have a lot.
I see Kid Mickey.
Kid Mickey? What? Cut on my going, JB.
I don't see that.
She was making shit up.
Do you guys remember Kid Mickey on Nintendo?
No.
Somebody's got to remember Kid Mickey.
Kid Mickey.
I do not remember Kid.
What did Kid Mickey do? What kind of game was it?
When I played a Nintendo, are you kidding me? Kid Mickey?
You probably played a couple years after us.
Yeah. That sounds like some Super Nintendo shit.
Don't do this. It was regular Nintendo, but don't do me like that.
Okay.
I'm just saying, you're not our age.
Right. You're right. I'm considerably younger.
Really?
What?
Really?
I am.
Really?
Don't do me like this.
Don't do me like this. Moving on.
Yeah. So Witcher is dope though. I've watched the entire series. It's a fantasy series, but it's just a dope series.
I'm gonna finish it this week.
Yeah.
We can get spoilers next week.
Yeah.
We're not gonna talk about Power because everybody hasn't seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the first episode tonight.
Right.
Was it good?
It was good.
Did you guys find out who killed? Just yes or no?
No, we found out who did it.
Oh, okay.
Well, what I think is gonna happen. I don't think you should. It for you.
No, don't say
I'm not
anymore.
gonna say anything.
Please.
Okay, so moving on. It was worth watching. I'm gonna watch Power until it ends. So I'm never gonna tell you it's not worth watching. Me personally, it's worth watching until the last episode. So watch it. And today's episode was good, and it was over an hour.
Ooh, this is good.
And they have the After Confidential, the interview show they do.
With
They had one of
Shay?
them. Yeah, they had a new episode of that. So that shed even more light. So yeah, watch it. I'm never gonna tell you not to. Watch Power, motherfuckers. The NBA All-Decade team. You have Steph Curry at point guard, James Harden at 2 guard, LeBron James at 3 at small forward, Kevin Durant at power forward, Anthony Davis at center. I don't have any argument there.
No, there can be no argument made there. That's the decade team.
Is
it
this
is what it
fantasy
is.
basketball?
Well, just basketball in general.
Oh.
Just from 2010 to 2019, who were the best players in the league at every position, and we're giving it to them, and there's no argument.
I agree.
None whatsoever.
She lying like Kelly. Who? Anthony James, LeBron Drummond.
Yeah.
Anyway, so NFL playoffs. JB's college town team, the New England Patriots.
Now that is accurate. They were my college town team, absolutely.
Yeah, Mr. Harvard, Boston.
Harvard.
They lost, which is very interesting. I expected them to, but I didn't believe it. I was like, there's no way they should win, but they're the Patriots. Mm-hmm. They just might. Mm-hmm.
Right.
They lost. The Saints lost.
Yes.
Which I thought might make it out the East. And I think those are the two shocking things.
Yes.
I am rooting for every quarterback that is black.
Yes.
This means on the NFC, I'm going for Russell Wilson. In the AFC, I'm going for Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson, and Patrick Mahomes. It is all about the black quarterback to me. I don't give a fuck about the playoffs. My Cowboys are in it. I am only concerned about black quarterbacks.
Black quarterback magic, baby. Let's see it happen. Let's make it happen. I think we might wind up having 2 black quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
We really could. We got to make sure that motherfucking Seattle gets through the NFC.
Yeah.
With Seattle gone, the best team in the NFC, allegedly, you have Aaron Rodgers who can fuck it up with Green Bay.
Yep.
And Russell's gonna already do his thing. And Minnesota, who has potential to fuck it up.
Yeah.
And
so the Seahawks play the Vikings next, don't they?
I believe so. They beat the Eagles tonight.
Right.
I think they'll beat the Vikings.
I think so too.
And I don't know who Green Bay plays.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
So the division winners, well, the Eagles are out, so that was the Cowboys. 49ers.
Yeah.
49ers can fuck shit up.
The 49ers are probably going to beat the Packers. I think they'll beat the Packers.
Well, they play the Packers?
Yeah,
so,
I think so.
And Seattle and the Vikings. I think Seattle will beat the Vikings, and I'm going to root for them to beat the 49ers or the Packers. Those two teams are the teams that can fuck it up. I don't think Minnesota can. Mm-hmm. So Seattle, you beat the Vikings or the 49ers or the Packers, and then you'll go and play a black quarterback. Because the only white quarterback in the AFC is
whoever is playing for the Tennessee Titans.
Ryan Tannehill. They're not going to win. So it could be 2 black quarterbacks, and I'm going to be like this.
You're
black
not the only
quarterback
one.
man.
Yeah.
Black quarterback man.
As long as you do the butterfly.
Cotton candy to the roll. Let me see you.
Don't do it on video. Oh, you guys see this?
That's your funky.
I'm gonna show y'all my dick. All right, so as we get out of here, this is our first show of the year.
Indeed.
JB, this is our beginning of our 8th year doing a show, whether it was an internet radio show, whether it was an internet TV show, or whether it was a podcast. I want to thank you for doing the show with me, bro.
Hey, man, thank you for doing the show with me, bro. It's
And,
a blast.
I want to shout out to every podcast that has helped us and every podcast that has looked to us for help. Because people are inboxing us now, asking us for advice. And shout out to you, and I hope the advice I give you works and helps. And love to you. Carly, I know you're going to be starting your podcast shortly, Cocktails with Carly. I want to thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. You guys see this side itch right here?
Why you trying to do the little set?
What?
You know what? You are something else.
And
You are something else.
what?
So I want to say shout out to everybody that's supporting us on Patreon. Make sure you go to patreon.com/supply-name-kickback to sign up for the $2 a month, $4 a month, or $7 a month. We're giving you extra episodes, and some of you just want to support in general, and that's the best way to do it. Thank you guys for being a part of my journey with my family and going through that. Thank you for being a part of the journey of the podcast. And thank you for being here every week and putting us on the goddamn charts when we didn't even have an episode.
Yay!
We didn't do an episode last week.
Right.
We were still on
Right.
the top 100 charts in the United States.
That's
That
loyalty.
was a lovely holiday gift, Kickbackers. We
Wow.
appreciate
We didn't
y'all.
play our old episodes.
I know. That's what I'm saying. We appreciate that holiday love. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to our Patreon supporters, and we encourage you to support us. That keeps the lights on, the equipment running, literally keeping the podcast running.
That's how I picture my Botox. So we need y'all. I Botox my balls.
Okay, all right.
I need.
All right, this
I'm
is going
just-
to be a bit much.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
you know
I'm
what?
gonna head
You know
out.
what? All right, fine,
Yeah.
fine. We'll be back next week.
Indeed. Good night and God bless y'all.
Good night.
Uno, we out. Shout out to the Wizards.
Oh yeah, they did all right.